Live from Barcelona. I'm live from there. I know Bill's out of Washington, D.C., Katie's in Southern California, and Lance is out of Arkansas. And Jennifer's out of Florida. So we are an international panel today. Welcome all. Hey, Jennifer Blooming is the owner of Eventfully Yours. We're going to have her talk about her great events coming up in 2020. Bill, thank you so much for joining us. He's the founder of Broderick and Associates, former Wisconsin State Senator, and the director of the National Rural Lenders Roundtable. And Bill, we want to talk about CR. We want to talk about, we know that government's not going to happen. Hey, I'm going to stop talking. What's going on with the CR and the government shutdown, Bill?
Well, the CR, the current CR is over at midnight tonight. The House has already passed a CR that goes until December 20th, and the Senate hopefully is going to take action on a CR sometime late today. So the government will not close down. What happens on December 20th is anybody's guess, but I think everyone should be assured that it is very unlikely that there will be a government shutdown. I think probably most everyone on this webinar understands how disruptive and how difficult it was for our customers, for our clients, for lenders, for borrowers, for everyone who deals with both the USDA and SBA when there was a government shutdown last year, and we want to avoid that. And I believe that the Congress is very intent on not having another shutdown.
I agree with you. I think there's no appetite. Maybe there's a senator from Kentucky who would want to push for that, but I don't see any appetite there. Hey, I want you to talk about a couple of things. You know, I'm a big fan in getting capital to access for Main Street America and also rural America. Tell us what's going on with the USDA BNI budget. And do me a favor, Bill, these are predominantly SBA lenders that we have on the call, so just give me a really BNI 101, what that program's about and what the budget looks like.
Well, the Business and Industry Program is a program that allows, as the name would imply, to offer guaranteed lending to a wide variety of any business that operates in a rural area. And that rural area is under a population of 20,000. And that program has a budget or has loan authority that's varied, but it's approximately, in this fiscal year that just ended, $950 million. The Senate has passed a USDA budget bill. The House has passed a USDA budget bill, which includes the BNI budget, but there's a big difference in the dollar amounts. So the House has $1.2 billion for the BNI program in loan authority, and the Senate has $950 million in loan authority. And we're hopeful, and we've been lobbying all the members of the ag subcommittees to get to the House higher number, is $1.2 billion. That bill,
this is a great. I'm sorry, Bill. Go ahead. I didn't cut you off.
Well, and that bill will probably be part, if there's a quote deal on the whole budget, of an omnibus appropriations bill. So that's our goal, to get to $1.2 billion. And just yesterday, we met with the budget examiners for the USDA rural development programs, and we asked them to try to get to the total dollar amount in the next fiscal year, FY21, whose budget they're working on right now, to $1.5 billion. And our goal, in addition, is to develop a policy of zero subsidy for the BNI program.
Yes,
And I'm happy to talk about the 1RD rule, and one of the things that,
I tell you what, I'm gonna, because that's down the line. I'm gonna bring you back after the first of the year to talk about them. But I got to be honest with you. If you have a borrower that's maxed out in SBA, BNI is a great program. Number one source of BNI loans. I know the agency's not happy with this bill, but it's hospitality, it's hotels on the interstate. They'll do construction. We did this webinar, and they were saying half the deals are construction loans. So get to know your state offices. And Bill, give a plug for the event that you have on December 4th.
Well, on December 4th, we are having our Rural Lenders Roundtable annual meeting in Washington, D.C. at the Cosmos Club. And the Undersecretary for Rural Development is going to be speaking, as are the leadership for all of the rural development programs. And the day before, we're arranging meetings on Capitol Hill with whoever's joining us to lobby on behalf of rural development loans. And it's not just B&I loans, but there's community facilities loans, there's REAP loans, it's Rural Energy Program for America, and there are water and wastewater programs. Some of them are direct loans, which doesn't involve a financial institution, but many of them are guaranteed loans.
And this is a sponsored program by Thomas USAF, which means that you show up, they'll buy you lunch, you get to meet everyone. It's well worth the plane ticket to go to Washington. If you want to be in Washington in the first week of December, I don't know if that's a sell.
It's a very nice city, and there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. There's no idle. There's plenty to hear about and see.
I understand I may be breaking up from Spain, so I apologize for that. But I do want to say we've just confirmed for our secondary market summit, which is in the first week of January 8th, I believe is the date, that Senator Risch from the Foreign Relations Committee, the former chair of the Small Business Committee, who was our keynote last year, is coming to speak. And Bill, I think you were there last year, and he opened up with a line, he goes, "I love talking to capitalists." He says, "I want to be in the room with these people. You know, they create jobs." So Senator Risch is a great person to have for that. Bill, thank you so much for joining us on that, and be sure and take care of that. And Bill, let's get you back when we have a little bit. Let's get you back around the 20th of December, and you can bring us up to date on the RD1 rule. How's that sound?
It's fine.
Oh, Bill froze, or I froze. Someone's freezing here anyway.
I'm fine.
Let's go to the. Can we go to poll questions, Joseph? Okay. Can we go to poll questions? Have you ever charged more than $2,500 for an SBA loan package? Lance, why are you asking this question?
Well, we had a nice webinar Monday on the SBA Form 159 and the fees that an SBA lender can charge a borrower. And, $2,500 used to be the kind of standard until SBA tweaked the rules. It looks like most people have Bob stuck at $2,500 or less, but there is nothing that prohibits you from charging more than $2,500 as long as you can substantiate the work that is done on behalf of the borrower. Can you say that second poll question being
I
how
think
long?
my connection's freezing up a little bit here. How am I coming through, Lance?
You're coming through fine.
Am I off the grid, or am I still?
No, you're fine. Second poll question, B&I loan program operates at a zero subsidy cost to the taxpayer.
Yeah, okay. Lance, I'm going to log off on this, or maybe I'm going to log off and come back on and go to the next. Oh, there we go. I see you guys. Look, the takeaway on this for the 87% that said no, consider charging more. That's what Lance's recommendation is. Correct, Lance?
Well, as long as the work done on the SBA loan substantiates it. Bob, we now have the poll question.
All right, I'm going to log off and on because I think I am.
All right. The B&I loan program operating at a zero subsidy to cost to the taxpayer. Our previous speaker certainly helped out with that. The answer is it is not at this point, but they're working to get to zero subsidy like the SBA loan program. And the next poll question, I'm allowed to fund an SBA loan during the SBA shutdown if I have an SBA loan number. And this is a great question, guys. Since we talked about a continuing resolution, and And, we now know the government's not going to shut down tomorrow, hopefully. And 93% of you do realize there's a big push by SBA lenders when there's a pending shutdown to get all the SBA loans into the system.
On next Thursday.
Once you're an E-Tran or SBA 1 and you hit submit and it generates an SBA loan number, if it's prior to the shutdown, you can go ahead and close that loan and you can go ahead and fund the loan. Jennifer, I'm going to go to you. I know you put together some amazing lender conferences throughout the country. I've had the pleasure of speaking at a handful of those, and tell us a little bit about what you've got coming up.
Sure, thanks, Lance. So we have our 2020 schedule pretty firm at this point. We have, the first thing we have coming up is the Denver training event for America West. So this year for America West, we are bringing it a little bit more local since it is, 3 regions that we're supporting. It's quite a large geographical area. So we're making it a little bit easier for the lenders to attend. And so we're going to Denver first in February 5th to 7th. And then we'll be in Salt Lake City in March 4th to 6th. And those registrations are currently open online. So you can go to americawestconference.com.
Jennifer, I hate to interrupt you, but I want all of our participants to know that I was lobbying for Jennifer to do one in Hawaii.
Yes, we were talking about that. So potentially the 2 other locations are California or Hawaii.
Yes.
And Nevada. So we are planning the 2 other America West locations for the remainder of the year. We have the Southeastern Small Business Lenders Conference in March in Asheville, North Carolina. That's always a great one. We have over 400 lenders attend that conference. And then after that, we take a little bit of a breather and we come back in August with America East in Baltimore. And after that, we have Music City, which is our Nashville conference. A great location for this year. We have it at the Omni Nashville, and that will be August 19th to 21st. And then after that, we've got Flegel, which is in Orlando in September. And new for Eventfully Yours this year, I can announce that we will be doing the Kentucky Lenders Conference in October or November of 2020. So
that's a great schedule, and I've had the pleasure of participating in SBA lender events that you have helped coordinate, and they're fantastic events. So I'd encourage everybody, Bob and I both encourage you to sign up for these SBA lender events. It's an opportunity to meet SBA staff. It's an opportunity to get exceptional training and just interact with SBA lenders. And you meet all the vendors there, guys. Jennifer brings all the vendors in, the people who do environmental work, the people who do appraisals, LSPs are there, all types of vendors are there as well. So I strongly encourage you to sign up and participate in these.
yeah, we have great participation from headquarters as well for all of our conferences. So new SOPs coming out. It's a great opportunity to learn.
I'm excited about the new SOP, the 50-10-6, and of course, for servicing liquidation, we've been living with the same SOP now for 3 years. It's time for a new one, and my understanding is we'll see a new SOP for servicing and liquidation the first part of the year. Oh, Katie, are you going to cover the hot topic or?
Yeah, no, I can do that.
Okay.
So this is really probably easier to go look at the article that I wrote on Tuesday. You can find that on the website. But basically, I just summarized the SBA OIG report that came out on November 12th. And that just was telling us that their oversight of high-risk lenders program found 21 defaulted loans with material deficiencies. And that included things like missing promissory notes for standby agreements, missing franchise agreements, no evidence that the borrower met credit elsewhere test, and a whole slew of other issues. So just take a look at those. Know that the SBA is talking about creating some new rules based on these 21 default loans.
Well, and I reviewed all the defaulted loans and what the Inspector General said about them, guys. First of all, you asked the question: how do you get in that high risk lender category? SBA's not clearly identified what they're using, but my expectation is it is the Paris score. And if you fall in the high risk category, the Paris score, you're probably you're going to be subject to more review from SBA. And of course, the Inspector General is going to look at loans like this. And the recurring theme on this was proof of equity injection via not having the seller's note on and the standby agreement in file. So always make sure you prove the equity injection, whether it be from a cash source or from seller financing. And the other thing that popped up, Katie, I think you made it clear, credit elsewhere popped up several times, and we can't overemphasize the importance of credit elsewhere in your SBA lending practice.
Okay, on Monday, my co-editor, Mary, wrote this wonderful article about female business owners. And what it was basically saying is there's 40% of U.S. businesses that are owned by women, and women are performing well in these small businesses, but only 6% of female entrepreneurs are getting SBA loans. They're having a difficult time with credit, especially, and a lot of them are funding their businesses completely on cash, which I found surprising and a little sad that they couldn't get these loans. And part of the problem is they don't have the resources to find out about these loans and understand the process. So within that article, are a bunch of resources that I've added in there, that Mary added in there, and also Reliant Funding recently released another guide, and this guide will provide women-owned businesses with more information about getting funding.
Well, and I think this article brings up a great point. There's opportunity there. As SBA lenders, we always seem to be butting heads with other SBA lenders for opportunities. It's obvious, Katie, from the article, and I love reading the article and the information within, that female entrepreneurs are a great source of opportunity for SBA participant lenders. Just looking at secondary market pricing, it continues to be robust. Guys, if you do a 25-year term loan at prime plus 2 3/4, floating on a quarterly basis, the premium, the price is 115.25. So also looking at the 504 mortgage rates, and I just got one approved today, and the borrower's incredibly happy, guys, because they're looking at right around a 4.22% rate. So, I'm sorry, 25-year fixed, but still, the point being is the 504 rate is exceptional, and certainly is an opportunity for SBA participant lenders to help their borrower with the long-term fixed rate. Katie?
So as we all know, I think this is actually closed now. Maybe it's not. We'll have to see if you can still click on the link. Maybe still you can apply here. But there's the SBA Lender Professional Awards that is coming up. And this is a great opportunity for the C-suite to nominate some of the best SBA lender professionals out there. And we will review them. And some of them get to come to our conferences. And that's a great opportunity.
And a new product launch, it's a compliance report. And I know, Katie, you're real involved with that. For the C-suite, you want to make a couple comments related?
Right. So, we got to hear a little bit about the OIG report that came out here a couple weeks ago, or actually, about a week ago. But on the compliance report, we actually went through all of the information that they've given us and list out the new rules that they're considering and when you might expect those rules. And you can expect to see more content like that, where we're going to be telling you exactly what the new rules are so that you can stay in compliance with SBA rules.
Excellent. Guys, upcoming webinars is going to be gas station C-store webinar on December 11th. I'm going to do one on the business acquisition loan. We found out the other day, what was the percentage, Katie? 25% of all SBA 7-day loans.
That sounds about right.
Acquisition. So we're going to do a webinar on the 17th of December to help you understand how to do that properly. And then a very exciting webinar on underwriting funeral homes coming up on December the 18th. Also, always remember the Coleman report, the NAICS report, and the franchise report, a great tool when underwriting SBA loans. And for those of you who are in the position to hire SBA lenders, compensation report helps you greatly to understand what is necessary in terms of compensation to get the best SBA lenders. And our certified training courses are going to release on January the 1st, SBA Loan Closer, which is an award-winning course, SBA Loan Underwriter, and the SBA Express certification course. And these are the upcoming lending industry events. Of course, Jennifer helped us by going over the great events that she's got in place, and many of these are hers. Another one that's near and dear to my heart is MALC on April 20th through 22nd. But a lot of great lender conferences, and I strongly encourage you to participate in those. Guys, we thank you so much for being here. Jennifer, thank you for being here today. And
Thanks, man.
Katie, as always, it's fun to be on with you, and hate that we lost Bob out in Barcelona. Poor Bob. But we just want all of our SBA participant lenders to have a great week, a great weekend, and a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.